Hey, good morning, guys. Goose here. Welcome to STN Stock Talk with Ricky and myself. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. It was a fun week last week, and this week we're kicking off earnings again. So here we go. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I always like this time of the season, so to say. So just hopefully you guys have checked us out over there at stocktraders.net. At least that you've come over and joined our free trading floor and checked out our platform. It's very impressive. Have a lot going on. All the instructors are always willing to help you guys if you have any questions looking at charts or any questions about some of our theories or ideas on how we're looking at things. Please come over there and communicate with us. There's always nothing wrong with learning and getting new ideas and new perspectives on things, and that's what we're trying to do here on our Stock Talk as well. So in just saying that, nothing that we're talking about is any kind of recommendation. It's exactly what I was just saying. It's Ricky and I coming up with a couple ideas every morning, giving you our thoughts on it. And, you guys do, whatever fits into your plan, but just a different idea. So anyway, with that being said, I'm excited about what Ricky has. Make sure you check out the disclaimer below, and I'm going to turn it right over to Ricky, and I'll be back with you guys in a minute. So Ricky.
Thanks a lot, Goose. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's weekends were great. Welcome to StockTraders.net Stock Talk. Just want to point out that, yes, we had 1 week off of earnings, and now we're back to earnings again. But I just kidding. It just seems like earnings were just last week. But yeah, we got big things on the horizons with StockTraders.net, and I want everyone to know about them. Tron's on the horizon. It's our trading platform that allows people to take trades as a community and learn how to remain emotionless while we put capital at risk so that the stocks can be allowed to do what they need to do. I think that's a huge thing, and everyone can benefit from it. We have discounts on Trade the News, all kinds of cool stuff. So, guys, check us out. Come on over. And real quickly, if you can, just please share this stream with anyone you can. If it's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you think some eyes will get on it, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. All right, let's get this. Hopping right into the watch list, guys. Let me get my charts up. Sorry. First thing I'm looking at, guys, CGIX, the turd du jour. 27.7 million OS, about 5 million shares are held by funds. It's gapping on a 510K clearance by the FDA. They have about 9.5 million of cash as of the end of 2017. They burn a little over $1 million a month. They operate as a going concern. And even if this doesn't set up properly today, you can see it's kind of like shoving and getting sold into already. So there's no guarantees the trade is today. But even if it doesn't set up properly today, it's my belief that soon, in the very near term, they're going to have a fluff PR-induced run, and it's going to be diluted into either a public offering or using a pipe. One of the two. They need money, and I just don't see how they're going to not do one. They are, you can see the perpetual downtrend. You can see the levels of interest. I would love to see a push to 2. If we can get through that, let's see if we can test that 200-day. But it's always going to have to let it set up for us properly. Look for some lower highs. Look for something to put risk against. But as of now, there's no meat on the bone yet. So if you guys don't know how I'm going to trade this, come over to StockTraders.net. I'll be walking it through if it sets up. The next thing on the list, guys, and it's one I've already talked about, but I'm going to bring it up again, and that's BLCM. So you can see they did have that red day on the gap, but it got bought up towards the end of the day. You can see here on this 5-minute chart, it had the big down move, but after that, it was just bought up. And then on Friday, another strong green day, took out the previous day's highs. Right now, I don't see the short yet, but I would love to see it set up. I want to see this get through the 200-day and probably test that round psych number of 10. The higher, the better on this one. I also think this is another large candidate for an offering. They got about a 33.5 million OS. Funds are holding about 18.5 million of those shares. So it does have the ability to make a decent move. I just want to point out, guys, Baker Bros own about 15% of it. They had like 5 million shares. It was all preferred convertible. I think they converted them. They're all common now, and they did register them about June last year. And they sold about 1 million of those shares right in this area, right before this big drop happened. I think their average price when they sold those 900,000 shares was around $8 a share. And then when it had the big drop, you had a few directors that were buying right on the low. So it just seems like back-to-back incidents where it seemed like there was some suspect timing in the transactions, like people know stuff. It's not a big secret. People know that this happens in the markets, but sometimes it's just a little more blatant than others. So I think some of these funds would be loving to see a big push to 10 or higher. I personally think that they're going to need to raise funds. They only have about 3 months of cash left, and they're supposed to be restarting the trial that the FDA put the hold on. So they're going to need that money. That's everything on my list, guys. I'm going to throw it back to Goose. I can't wait to hear what he's got to say.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it very much, and great job as always. And I'll keep it short. I'm just going to jump right in my list and a couple things that I'm looking at. I'm going to start right off with SPPI. A couple of these are just based on some daily stuff that I'm looking at, and I drew a couple things for you guys on SPPI. I had a big move, obviously. I did a retrace that I drew on my fibs here from where it is, and it hit, as you can see, right on the nose, the 50% area. So what I was looking at SPPI, and it kind of held up in that area, as you could see, and got bought up towards the later part of the day, towards 3 o'clock on. And I was kind of seeing how it opened up, and I wanted to play it off this. You can see it closed above the 50-day. That purple line is the 50-day there, as well as the pivot. And what I'm thinking about is trading off of this prior low, or the 19 area for a move back above 20. So this is these are type of trades that I really do like. I like to wait for the setup. If I can get it down in that low 19, have real tight risk reward, and see a turn on this thing based off those levels, be a fantastic setup for me. So we'll see what happens. A lot of times I start at that 50%, but understand that down towards the 60% is might be where it's heading. I'm just hoping with this 50-day in the pivot area that it stops up there, and the way it was bought up off that 50% area on Friday. So we'll see how it plays out. But that's definitely what I'm looking at. I'm going to jump over to ALKS. ALKS, it's real simple for me. And when I put my tweet together, it was trading at around 50 or 50 and a half or so. I think it was up in this area here. So it's already starting to fade a little bit. So I don't need to race into this. You can see I drew the fib from the pre-market action and stuff. And that's where I came up with those mid 40s for it to fade back into. So I'll probably cover before that. But what I want to see is a nice little push on ALKS. And I understand the news that's up on it. They're kind of, and I'm not going to try to be smart and explain, but they pretty much are getting, they reverse their decision, the FDA, about their NDA. And it doesn't mean that they got, phase 3 approvals or anything. And they don't only have one drug either. And Ricky and I were talking about that this morning. It was great that we kind of revisited that. This is not a company with one drug, and if it fails, it's done. And also the float on this name is a little bit different than what it's showing. I think Ricky was giving me some numbers this morning also. I think it was like 35 out on it, but there was some institutional holders ownership. So the float's going to be a little bit tighter as well, I think, on this thing. That all being said, I still like the fade. And what the reasoning is on it is if it pushes back up into this 200-day, or even if you drag this down, all up in this area here, you're still going to meet some resistance from some, I want to call them bag holders, because I'm not certain that the company is like that, but just in a sense of people that own the stock from this area here and they'll be happy to get out even. Now, you obviously have technicals you're trading against, and you have the $50 number. So I think there's going to set up for a nice fade in this. I don't need to be first in. I'll be patient. I'll wait for the right levels. I'll see how it trades against 50. I'll see how it trades against, 52 to 54 in this channel right here. But I definitely think there's going to be a nice fade. And when it does, I think it's going to give more than $1 or $2. I think it could give a nice long fade on this thing back down into that 46 to 47 area, which is a nice trade if you get a short on from 51 up. But it's got to set up nicely. So just have that in mind. A member had asked me a question while we were about to go live on a name. I just want to bring it up because it's actually a really nice setup. So a little freebie is ICHR. And this is one that I really like. I was watching this name, and we talked about it a lot. And I think I've even covered it here from both sides, the long and the short. And it made a pretty nice reclaim here. These are some old lines, so ignore these lines or whatever. But the point I want to make on ICHR, which was sent to me by, like I said, one of the members this morning, is this: I like these setups. And why? Is it closed on Friday above the 50 and the 200-day. Obviously, it's already, and it bounced off the 20-day, as you can see. So I think this has some room, to push. I do like the long, possibility on this, especially with the market, moving north. And again, this is a name that would be about entry for me, and using like low of the day or something like that. But this is a name that you could see in the past has had some pretty decent up moves on it. I don't need to go over every candle or so, but I mean, it's had some nice $2 moves in this name. So this is a name that I definitely will visit based on, what we're talking about. And these are nice setups for me. When these stocks, the first time they close over a pivot or a 200-day or a 50-day, it gets my attention right away for the next day leg up. So just a little freebie there on ICHR. With that being said, guys, it's Monday. No reason to try to do it all in one day. You don't want to, blow up on your first day of the week, and you don't want to, you don't need to make it all in the first day of the week. So just stay steady, manage your position size, and let's have a great Monday. And I'll be back 9:05 tomorrow. So have a great day, guys. Back to you, Ricky.
Thanks a lot, Goose. And I love how you try to be gentle with the ALKS longs feelings. Listen, if you're ALKS watching our live stream and you're holding from 60, you're not a bag holder. At this point, if it comes up to your levels, you're just a bag seller. So guys, as always, if you don't have a plan, you don't have a trade, come over to stocktraders.net, get yourself a plan. That way you're not holding bags at 60 on ALKS next time, guys. All right, let's go out there and crush it. Peace.